It's your boy, U-Goboy. That's Mongo, all right? This is the U-Goboy podcast channel. But before we start, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got unfiltered, authentic conversations. We got sports talk. We got drops. Oh, yeah. So, Mongo, what should they do?
Like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Yahtzee.
In a perfect world, if we're wiped, in an imperfect world, rather, if we're wiped out and Tet's gone, Genty's gone, Golden's even gone. Say somebody just moved up and jumped us and took Golden, or say the 49ers, who they're trading all their wide receivers. You know what I mean? Maybe the 49ers take Golden. Say Golden, Tet, Ashton, Genty. Those are my three dream picks, rather. All three are off the board. I'm pulling a ripcord. I'm trading back if I'm Dallas. 1,000%. I'm trading back 3 to 5 spots, and I'm grabbing me a Buka. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you an extra 3 or an extra 2 if a team's really desperate, and you're good to go. You're good to go, because I want that Robin for CD at 12. You know what I mean? I can get him at 44, maybe, but I feel much better knowing that I get a first-round Robin versus a second-round Robin. That's second round Robin. You know what I mean? Like, see what I did there? But that's just me, because there's a handful of guys, again, like I mentioned, Trey Harris, Higgins, you know what I mean? But I think those guys are going to go early in the second round. I don't think they're going to make it to 44. I think that, like, teams that didn't get their wide receiver in the first round, I think they're going to go a lot quicker than people realized in the second round. So that's my opinion if we are going to trade back. And I think trading back since all of the talent is kind of jumbled together in a lot of people's mind, this isn't a spectacular draft class. This isn't an awful draft class, all right? This is a great draft class for rotational to good guys that could, in the right scheme, can become great. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of, stand by for it, generational guys. There's not a lot of that going on. But if you've got really good coaching, and we've talked about it, that coaching matters, this is the draft for you. So if both of our teams nailed our coaching hires, which we are hoping for, fingers crossed, you know what I mean? If you're in the Arch Manning sweepstakes, who knows? But if both of our teams nailed the coaching hires, this is the time for them to shine. This is the time for Aaron Glenn and his staff to shine. This is the time for Schottenheimer and his staff to shine. Like, give me some good guys. I'll turn them into Pro Bowlers. Let me cook. You know what I mean? You know, our GMs respectively. This is the time. Like, yo, I got you. Like, owners, you're paying me millions. I got you. Let me cook. So in terms of trading back, Mongo, you mentioned it a little bit earlier. Are you locked in on that? If you guys don't get, what does wiped out look like for you for the Jets? What is wiped out in terms of, like, data? Well, bink, bink, bink. They're all gone. Ripcord, eject button. Like, give me that scenario.
Yeah, I think it's got to be, to me, the only one that is hands down kind of changes the game. To me, Tyler Warren has to be plan 1A. And I know I talked about it before, but aside from what he would do for the team, look who's right behind us. You have the Saints obviously they're at 7. The Saints are at 9. Taysom Hill is done. You know, we've seen what they do when they have a real tight end there. And Derek Carr, you know, the arm looks weaker and weaker by the year. He needs a buddy. And then we know that Ben Johnson needs a tight end with the Bears, right, at 10. And so you can only go so far back and still get, now, if you love both Warren and Loveland, that's different. But even they could go 9-10, conceivably. So you can't let Warren linger. But if somehow somebody goes ahead of the Jets to get Warren, because I don't think he would go 1 to 6 naturally. But if the Bears panicked and went up there and got him, McMillan, I think, is strong enough, but even him, I'm willing to drop back a few, knowing what the other wide receiver options are out there. But to me, I think what makes trading back in this draft so intriguing is, when I was in college, and I'm going to preface this with please drink responsibly, cannot stress this enough. We used to play a drinking game where somebody would just Google a random city in the world, wouldn't tell you where it was. You'd guess the temperature, and however far off you were is how many seconds you had to drink for. You could do it, yeah, in case you're wondering, it's as insane as it sounds.
That's madness.
You could do that with Will Johnson with any mock draft you open. And
Yeah.
he's just one of many you can do this with. The
Yeah.
defensive players in this draft are all over the place
All over the
this
place.
year.
Yeah.
And as a
Facts.
result, somebody loves somebody at every pick. It's the kind of year that you can just keep dropping back a few spots because somebody's going to panic for every defensive player. So I know that the Jets could use a corner, but if you're thinking offensively, keep dropping back. Somebody's going to overpay because nobody understands how defense works in this draft because of what we were just talking about with the weird stats this year in college.
It's your boy, U-Goboy, and my friends at New York Posse. They're going to hook you up with some official gear. The Knicks are hotter than ever, and they're going to get you right with some official snapbacks, beanies, official gear, official like tissue, baby. Hit that promo code below, 2024. Get 20% off on all New York Posse gear. Hit the link below, and they're going to get you right. It's your boy, U-Goboy. Yahtzee.